Hey everybody, it's Melinda Thomas, and if you were here a few minutes ago for my original or the first version of this video story, I want to bless you and thank you for coming back because it was an epic fail. I had my camera sideways and to give me more of a panoramic view, but instead I was just sideways. So just goes to show you. So anyway, I want to tell you a little bit about the hero behind the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The story was written in 1939 by Robert May, who was an ad man. He was a copywriter for Montgomery Ward, which if you're older, over a certain age, you don't know what that is, but there was a big retailer similar to Macy's. And they had a Christmas catalog, and he used to write descriptions for that. He also wrote ad work for them. And at that time, they were doing a promotion that every Christmas they would give out a coloring book to kids. And the kids loved it. But it was costing Montgomery Ward money to buy these coloring books. So they decided that in January of 1939, so after the Christmas holiday, as they started to plan for the Christmas holiday in 39, they wanted to commission a children's story, and they asked one of their writers to do it. So they asked Robert May, and they said they wanted an animal story, something that would be holiday themed. And that's all they really gave him. So Robert May is, I think, one of the heroes of this story. Actually, he's a huge hero to me now that I know more about him. He was someone who had hoped to write the great American novel and was supporting his family by working at Montgomery Ward in their corporate office. And his wife was suffering with cancer, and they were just piles and piles of medical bills, so they were in debt. And so that he wasn't really in the Christmas spirit when he was given this assignment. And I always imagined that this story was written, by somebody sitting by a fire and, reminiscing about their childhood or reminiscing, imagining, I don't know. But it was very different. He struggled to figure out what to write, and the one thing that he did kind of land on was that he was going to make this about a reindeer because his daughter loved reindeer at the zoo, and he had a 4-year-old daughter named Barbara. So he decided it was going to be about a reindeer, and as he wrote this story, or tried to, he started to draw upon his own childhood. So as a child, he was the smallest kid in class. He was not very coordinated, and he never got picked for school teams. Does that sound familiar? So he based the character very much on his own struggles and challenges. And he also, was living in Michigan at the time. And this is now the spring of 39, going into summer. And looking out the window one day, it was a very foggy day, fog coming off of Lake Michigan. And he started to think about, well, what is special about this reindeer? And he decided that the reindeer was going to have a nose that could cut through the fog. And as he went through names, so he loved alliteration as much as I do. And so he knew it was going to be a reindeer, and it had a nose, so it's going to be red. And he came up with a bunch of names. There was Romeo and Reginald and a bunch of them, but he landed on Rudolph because that was his favorite out of things that he brainstormed. And so things started to come together just about the time that his life was sort of falling apart. In July of 39, his wife died from cancer. And so he was a single father with a 4-year-old little girl. And to deal with his grief, he escaped the way a lot of us do into the story. And he ended up finishing Rudolph in August of 1939. So not sitting by a fire, not in Michigan anyway. And he finished it in 39. It was a big hit. Years later, in 1964, the animated version came out that most of us know, and there were a lot of variations on the story. They added in the abominable snowman, and there was no Island of Misfit Toys in the original story. So that's all added into it. But the heart of the story is exactly the same. The heart of the story is, here is this being that has a gift, but he's taunted. You know, he gets teased about it. And he's the one who ends up helping Santa save Christmas. And it's a story that I think, you know, obviously transcends time. It's still timeless classic that everyone loves. And the story behind it is like Rocky Balboa. You know, it is the underdog coming through and saving the day, or triumphing, yeah, over the challenges that they're facing. Okay, so I love trivia. I got to give you couple more little tips, little things. He eventually remarried, and his wife's brother was a songwriter. So he ended up being the one to write the music for the song, the beloved song. And it was offered to Bing Crosby first, and he turned it down. So that is how Gene Autry had the chance to record it, and it is now immortal. And Bing has his own Christmas song, so yeah, that's okay. So that is the story behind the story. I love storytelling. I love the aspect of it when it's combined with when brands bring it in and combine it. It's a shame that Montgomery Ward isn't still around, because I'm sure that they would be telling this story if they were. So I want to wish you all a fabulous day, and thank you for joining me. I see some people have come and joined. I love it. Hello, Laura and Bernard and Amy and Mark and Mario. So thanks so much, everyone. I hope you have a great day. And if you were a part of the first video that was sideways, thank you so much for coming back. Bye.